I feel like you poor unfortunate soul. Poor unfortunate soul.
Welcome back. We're your host, Savannah.
And Kaylin. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. It's gonna be a lot different today, as always. Savannah is not with us. She's not feeling well. So I have special guest Faith, my bestie.
Hey girl, hey.
Makeup artist. Oh, why did they blink?
I don't know. That was weird.
It was like what? So today we're gonna be doing some clown makeup for Halloween spooky season, and I'm gonna be telling my scary stories and possibly reading some spooky clown stories. So stay tuned for that, and don't mind the hot mess that we go through. Just
it's a
come
process.
for the ride.
Yeah.
So for today's episode, we have some sangria. Also, don't mind my face. Normally, I'm all ready to go, but you're going to go on the process. I didn't think about the fact that we both have nails.
Fail.
It's like splashing everywhere and shit. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are we going to do a cheers?
Yeah.
We're going to do a cheers to Halloween makeup.
Cheers to all the spooky bitches. Okay.
Ooh, she's sweet.
Yeah, she's really sweet. Okay. So, the, wrong password. The makeup that I'm doing is a little simpler. And it's inspo from Spooky Little Peach. I'm just going to show the inspo picture so nobody can say I'm trying to fucking copy. Where are we starting? I guess I'm going to glue down my eyebrows.
Okay.
And you already put lash glue on yours, right?
I put lash glue on my eyebrows. I don't know if that's going to work or not. It's like my first time trying that. And then I put a tinted moisturizer on and some highlighter. But
nice.
Let's start doing, I'm going to do like a clown kind of heart makeup. So let's start doing that.
Okay. Sounds good. I try to do these little like bubble braid things. So in case you're looking at me like, what the fuck is this bitch going through? It's for the clown aesthetic. I'm a little out of breath, so don't mind that. But I'm just gonna dive in with my background with paranormal a little bit. So ever since I was a kid, I would say I've had the ability to sense paranormal things and spirits, ghosts. I also had like dreams when I was a kid that used to come true, like psychic dreams,
premonitions.
Yes, and you have too, right?
Yeah, I've astral projected, and I've definitely seen some shit in my day. So
yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna try my best to go down a little rabbit hole of memories of all the spooky shit I've encountered in my life. So if you don't like scary stuff, not for you.
Bye, girl, bye.
All right. Hold on, let me take a little sip. So, the first experience that I can remember, as far as dream-wise, and it may sound like really stupid to some people, but when I was a kid, I went to the pet store and I got a hamster, right? And in the car ride on the way home, I was like resting my eyes. I wasn't asleep at all. And I was holding the hamster, like it was like in a paper bag in my lap. And I had this like vision that I got home, put the hamster in the cage, reached my hand in the cage, and the hamster bit me. And it was like very clear. And then when I got home, the exact same thing happened. So that was the first time I realized, oh wait, I should use that moisturizer. Do you have it here?
Now put that on first.
And then use the moisturizer? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I realized then that I had some something going on. I was probably 5, not on the talk of dreams, but I had an imaginary friend, and I've talked about that a little bit in a past episode, but I'll just recap for anybody who might not have seen it. This friend, I think I named him Cody. And just like a brief recap, basically what happened is my dad had his friend over and they were sitting on the couch drinking beer. I don't appreciate that this is lagging right now. Okay. They were sitting on the couch drinking beer, and my dad asked me, "Hey, where's your friend Cody at?" And I pointed to the couch and I said, "He's about to sit down right there." And they looked at the couch and a butt print went in the seat. So that was my first like ghost imaginary friend, which apparently I've had more that I don't remember. If it gets like sticky like this, like crumbly, should I just let it dry and then flake it off?
No, I would do it first because it can build, and then
Okay.
it's like a pain in the butt.
Okay. So let's move on to my first paranormal experience. Sorry, this is like all fucking over the place. I was probably about 5, same age, same house as when I got the hamster. And we lived in a little tiny duplex. And I have 2 brothers. I'm 4 years older and 6 years older than them. This is like so flaky. Oh my god. It's just gonna have to be. And the most experience I've had is with shadow demons or shadow people. And there's a lot of conspiracies on what they can be. I believe they're demons. As Savannah talked about last episode, she heard a theory that they might be aliens. Don't know how I feel about that one, but anything is possible. Well, I saw one, and there had to be multiple in that house because my mom later told me that she had an experience in that house, which I'm not going to go into. But basically, the one that I remember the most, that traumatized me the most, is I was laying in my bunk bed. I was on the top, and one of my brothers was on the bottom. And we had like a long hallway. And one of the there was like a room on the side and then the room at the very end of the hall. And I was like the room like off to the side. Well, I used to sleep with the light on every night in the hallway because I was so scared in that house. And one night I was terrified and I was calling out to my mom, but she wouldn't come. And I saw a shadow in the hallway. And the only way I can describe it is it looked like a shadow on the wall, but it wasn't. It was off the wall and it was 3-dimensional and it had no features, no face, no clothes, nothing like that. And it was running, but it looks like whenever someone takes a video of someone running and slows it down. So it was like running through the hallway, and as it passed my door, like it was facing this way, running through the hallway, and I was looking right at it, and as it passed my door, I went like this. And stopped.
No. No.
And I, of course, flipped the fuck out. I was only 4 or 5 at the time. And this was like, I was supposed to be asleep, so I assume everyone else was asleep, but I don't really know where everyone else was. My parents could have been up, who knows. But no one came to my rescue. I just had to lay there in my bed, freaking out. And that was like one of many times that I saw that exact same thing in that house. Until this day, like, don't know if anyone else, like my mom said that she did, that she saw a really tiny one, which was really interesting to me because I never heard of that. But I don't know if my brothers ever did. We never talked about that. So maybe they did, who knows?
You know what's really interesting? That shadow people, from what I know, don't quote me, internet, but from what I know, shadow people can actually, they don't have to start off as a human. Just like how some lore of demons, they don't have to start off as a human.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it can manifest from different energy. And so houses can have different energy from the people that have lived in it over the years. The land could have different energy.
Interesting.
And also when it comes to Native American folklore, there's a bunch of different names for shadow figures.
Yeah.
But one of the legends that I've heard before is that someone, if they've done wrong in their life, in the next life, they will be a shadow figure. And
and that's why they're so negative.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Because that's like, I definitely feel like they're demons, but I just wonder so much, like, why, where they come from, like, why are they on this plane or on this, like, dimension, you know what I mean? Because horrible, horrible, like, energy. Like, talk about being frozen in fear. Literally, like, there's nothing like it. But, like, places that are haunted, like, whenever you feel that evil energy, it's just so fucking scary, dude. Like, terrifying. But trying to think in like the right order of all the shit that I've seen. One that terrifies me still to this day is I lived in this yellow house, and it was a really old Victorian house in the hood. It was cheap. But it was 2-story, and I got bad vibes from it even before we moved in because we lived across the street first in a
That's
duplex.
how you know. That's how you know if you're scared from a neighborhood, like the
Yes.
house in the neighborhood.
And there was already rumors about that house of like stuff being hidden in it and stuff like that. So we moved in. My mom got like a really good deal, and we were able to move in, and we were really excited because it was a huge house. Like, we've never lived in a house that big before. And the way it was set up, it was like you walk in, first of all, there's like a huge porch with like a porch swing, very comfy look to it. And everything inside was pretty much remodeled. But you walk in and it's like huge living room, open like floor plan, dining room, kitchen, but just huge. And then off to the side of the dining room was my brother's room. And then you keep going back, and my brother shared a room. And then you keep going back, and there was this like little area where my room was, and there was like a hallway that went to it, really secluded. And I had my own bathroom and everything. And my brothers had their own bathroom. There was a staircase, and up there was like a little living room area, and then my mom's room, which was really weird. And in the living room area upstairs, there was a random handle on the wall, like a cabinet drawer handle, and you could see a square underneath like underneath like the drywall, basically. Like they had patched over something. But the handle was weird because it was just like, why the fuck is there a handle in the middle of this wall?
A hidden room?
I don't know. But it's weird because on the other side of mom's room. So it's not like it was somewhere where we didn't know it was on the other side of the wall. So I always thought, why the fuck is it lagging? I always thought that maybe like there was hidden money in the wall or something, that someone wanted to know where exactly it was, because why would they mark it with a handle? Like, that was the weird thing about it. We never broke into the wall because we were renting and we didn't want to lose that deposit, even though I was like, please, we could fucking patch the wall back up. There was rumors from people at school that said there was like millions of dollars in the wall. Like, there was rumors about this house of it being haunted and that like the family died. Like, I remember kids telling me about this and I was freaking out. And not to mention the wall that was like along the staircase going up to my mom's room, it had paintings of like African masks on the wall. And it gave me like really dark vibes, like bad vibes. So I watched Paranormal Activities in that house. This is when that movie came out. Bad fucking idea. And I'm gonna get to the spooky part of it, but can I dip into the same white as you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you care? Okay. And is there a brush that I can use? Bomb! So I'm not used to doing my makeup and talking, so sorry if I'm like, should I dip this in water first or no?
Mm-hmm.
What would I do without faith? I'd have a fucked up face right now.
YouTube.
So we got a trampoline, and at night, I used to hear, the tab is using your camera or microphone. Okay. Thank you. Anyways, I used to hear the trampoline like someone was jumping on it in the middle of the fucking night. And there was like some stray cats, so that's what my mom chalked it up to. Even though that's clearly what it was not.
Yeah, because stray cats just like to jump on trampolines.
Right. No shit to my mom, because I know she was probably scared in that house too, and just trying to like help us not be as scared, even though it just made me feel like invalidated. But used to hear like jumping on the trampoline. Then in my sleep, and it was specifically like my room, I would get like the creepiest vibes besides my mom's room. Because, I mean, I had to go up the creepy staircase, and then like the whole watching paranormal activities fucked with me. But I would be asleep and I would hear fucking whispers in my ear, and it sounded like Swahili. And so I think the house was like, there was voodoo being done in it at one point. That's my theory, because that's the vibe I was getting. But I would hear like the whispering, and it would just, like, I couldn't sleep ever. So then one night I hear footsteps up the stairs, and my mom and stepdad at the time were already upstairs laying down. So it definitely was not them. And so I run to my brother's room and I'm freaking out because I'm just like fucking scared. Bro, all that's gonna be left out of this white is my double chin. Like, should I go lower?
Ooh, my teeth look so yellow. Maybe you should go higher. Make it more like a oval and not so like a circle.
We'll see.
Okay.
It's gonna keep going, and then I'll adjust once I'm filled in. But so I run to my brother's room, and they definitely experienced stuff, but we never really talked about it. So I don't know how much they experienced.
I feel like in certain instances, if you talk about it in that space, you give it whatever it is power. So you just, and obviously you're against it because it's scaring the crap out of you. So you're like,
right. And it definitely feeds off that. So I run to my brother's room. I'm freaking out, and the way my brother's bathroom was set up, it was like no door on the bathroom, and it was kind of like hotel style. There was like, as soon as you walked in, there was sinks and a mirror, and then there was like a door frame where there's supposed to be a door, and then you go in and there's like a toilet and a bath, but there was no doors. So one of my brothers was taking a bath or a shit, I can't remember, and the other was sitting on his bed, and they had bunk beds, and I feel like all the scariest stories, like, there's bunk beds involved.
Or things like pulling you under a bed.
Yeah. So I run into the room. I'm standing like in the bathroom, right in the entrance where the mirror is, and I'm telling them about this. Meanwhile, when I ran in, the door was wide open, the bedroom door. And so I'm in the bathroom, and as I'm telling them, the medicine cabinet starts swinging open and shut, open and shut, open and shut, like someone's slamming it. So I start screaming. I'm like screaming for my mom. She comes downstairs, and she's like, it's just us walking around upstairs that's making the door move. But I go to leave out the room like before my mom gets downstairs, and the bedroom door was shut and locked. My brother was on his bed, and the other one was on the fucking toilet or in the bath, one of the two. So no one was around to touch the door. I didn't hear it shut. I didn't see it shut. None of that. But it just shut on its own. And so my mom's like trying to justify it, saying that it was them walking around upstairs. And once again, she was probably scared too and just trying to like calm me down. But before she made it downstairs, I like ran to my brother's bed to sit with him. And because I'm like seeing that the door's locked, I'm seeing that the cabinets are flying around and shit. And then I'm sitting on the bed, and his blanket, like the sheet that's hanging off of his bed, starts like going, like someone's underneath it kicking it. And that freaked us out. So that's when my mom like comes in, and she's trying to make us feel better. But like obviously, I'm 10 at this time. Don't really know, like I know I've experienced ghosts, but I didn't really understand it. I was nowhere near as like spiritual as I am now. I didn't know how to protect myself. So I would just constantly be like terrified. And there was a lot of times when I was left alone in that house, like with my brothers, whether they were just going across the street to hang out with neighbors or whatever the case. Like, and I just remember being so fucking terrified in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And like that happened multiple times with like the whispering in my ear when I slept. Then we got termites. And not that that's paranormal, it could be, but
What? How could that be paranormal?
because you ever watch like scary movies and like bugs are all over the place and shit?
Aren't they normally like locusts?
What? Well, I've seen spiders, I've seen cockroaches. But yeah, anyways, there was termites, so that added to it because I would wake up and I would be covered in dead termites because they were in the ceiling of my room. And my bed, my like drawer, like my dresser and everything, just everything would always be covered. And I just remember that was so fucking traumatizing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So yeah, I always refer to that house as the big yellow haunted house. Did you ever go to... No, I didn't know you then.
No.
So I've known Faith since I was 13.
Yep.
So ride or die here.
I was 11.
She's not my cousin, but might as well be. Oh,
Sister from another mister type of thing.
yep. So I don't think we've had any paranormal experiences together, have we?
No, I don't think so.
Surprisingly.
It is surprising, but I think that we experienced paranormal things separately around the same time.
Oh yeah.
Because also I believe that energy is attracted to big changes.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, if you're a girl and you're a teenager, you know you go through a lot of shit. So
yeah,
everything just wants to come at you.
Yep. I know my dad learned that I had like the ability to sense it when he took me to Fort DeSoto. Because we were like walking the fort in the tour and I was so creeped out. That place is creepy. If you've never been and you like creepy shit, that place is creepy. I've never been like to really a ghost attraction. Like one time I did a ghost tour in St. Augustine, but it really was like stupid. It was not scary. And I used to be into that type of stuff, but now I'm just like, I don't want to risk it. You know, like I definitely believe that shit will grasp onto you and come home with you.
Mm-hmm.
And like, why take that fucking chance?
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna be a mime and not talk the rest of the show now. Wouldn't that be some shit?
Yeah, it would. I'd be like, what? What are we doing here?
Sorry guys, let me do my lips real quick and then I'll come back. I didn't expect to still be doing my face, so I'm not good at multitasking, apparently. How do people just like do tutorials all day, every day, and talk through it?
Muscle memory, right?
Somehow I feel better about myself right now, though, that I have this light on.
Wow. This says a lot.
You're like, are you okay?
Your true self?
This is the skin of a beller.
Of a killer? Oh my gosh.
I'm fucking dead. Definitely had some terrifying dreams. Like, some, when I was younger, I had, like, these reoccurring dreams. And now I'm realizing it was astral projection. did not realize that before. Would have been very helpful. Even though a lot of them I was younger, but like one of them, I used to have this dream that I was like at one of the houses that that was haunted, the first one with the shadow people, and I would be trying to escape. Wow, I have white on my titty. And I would run into the backyard, and I don't even know how to explain it because it's so fucking weird. But there was this giant like cave with a waterfall in my backyard. And I would be trying to escape, and I couldn't go to the front yard. I had to go through this cave, and the cave had a face, and it talked. And
it's
it would
giving very
taunt me.
Pocahontas.
It would taunt
Colors
me.
of the Wind?
Yeah, right? So it was always like I had to like just be brave and go through it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also had dreams all the time that like I would be trapped in a house, and I got a big ass blackhead right there. And I would be trying to escape, and when I would finally get out, I would start floating, and I couldn't control my body, and I had like zero gravity, and I couldn't get away, so I would like be pulling myself down a chain link fence to get down the street.
I think that was your self-conscious trying to bring you back to reality.
That sounds like that could be accurate.
Well, if you're having it as a recurring dream and that happens time and time again,
Yeah.
and you're like truly terrified, like in your gut type of terrified, don't you think that you would try to pull yourself back out? I know I would.
Yeah. And it was always like the dreams that I would have like this. So like I was raised in the hood. I don't know if anyone else is gonna relate to this if you haven't grown up in the hood, but there's always a house, and she's the candy lady. Okay. Like she has like candy and chips and blunts and frozen ice cream cups, or fucking what we call them, ice cups, and shit like that you could buy for like 25 cents, or it would be like cheap as fuck. And every time I would like get captured, it was always like guys, and their house was like a store. So I always thought that was weird as fuck.
That is weird.
Right? Like now that I'm like older and I look into like the meaning of dreams and stuff, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I was terrified of like fucking going to the store. Who knows?
Let's talk about when you and I were roommates and we lived with someone else. And this was her townhouse. And when I tell you, I don't know if you're going to watch this, girl, but hey. But when I tell you thick air, stale, AC still blasting, but you still have that like, I'm afraid to go up the stairs. I'm afraid to go down the stairs. I'm afraid to open the closet. I'm afraid to go in the bathroom. Something was always peeking around the corner. And how it was set up, you would go up the stairs and take an immediate left and then go down like this inch of a hallway. And then there was our room that we shared. And we also shared a bathroom. So if our door was open, we could see anyone coming up the stairs. I can't tell you how many times I saw little gremlin-like creatures peek around the stairs. Yeah. And we're just trying to vibe and chill, get our little snacks before bed, and we see that. Horrible. And you're just petrified and you don't want to move whatsoever. So then you try to ignore it, and you ignore it. How many times am I going to ignore it? Like, it's trying to get our attention, but I don't want to say, hey, like, what? No. And staging never helps. Thank you. Staging never helps. Cleansing the windows never helped. I truly believe there was something like either on the land or from previous people that have lived there that was attracted. Yeah. But no good vibes, girl. No good vibes.
No, and I remember like she had double doors to her room, and they would be like barely cracked open sometimes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I would just feel something watching me so strongly. And I was pregnant at the time, and I had a lot of nightmares. Oh, I gotta tell them about the black water.
How do you begin with saying that?
I don't know. People are gonna think I'm crazy.
Well,
I mean, do you already think I'm crazy?
Look at us. Well, now that you can't just say it and not continue.
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Clickbait.
Oh, hold on one second.
If you guys don't know, black water, if you've seen it in your dreams or your nightmares, it can mean a lot of things. But to me, Kaylin, and
We'll call him Rico.
oh man, Rico. To me, Kaylin, and Rico, it was extremely dangerous and consuming.
Yeah.
You right? I feel like we could all say that.
And I was pregnant, so it like scared me even more, I feel like, because for obvious reasons. I don't know. So I'm just gonna share my experience with it really. I'm not gonna go too deep into it because that was a time of our lives.
To say the
Oh,
least.
hold on, I just got white face paint all in my eye.
Oh man.
I'm struggling. So I'm just going to clarify, I am not a makeup artist, in case that wasn't very obvious already. I'm going to stop.
You need a little breaky break?
Yeah. Well, I need like, I need to put powder or something on this so it doesn't look so damn, you know, so damn, whatever. It looks good in the camera. Kind of. As good as it will look.
And then I don't have my powder puff with me, so you'll have to use the base of this brush. And a lot of powder will spill out, so please be careful.
Okay. She knows me too well. You said the bases were like...
Well, yeah, the bigger side.
I just want to make sure before I go in.
Okay, this is getting somewhere. I didn't know what I was doing for a little minute. That's why I was like jumping around, and the white face paint's not super opaque, so I was like, huh. But we're gonna make something of this, girls. We're gonna make something of this.
Yeah, we're not gonna have no flops today.
You look scary as fuck. Oh my god, have you guys seen the freaking bring me back the spider from Miss Sunny Spider Cat Kid, something like that?
Oh my god. Okay, hold on.
We're gonna put it.
I'm gonna insert a picture right here.
Giving that.
Bro, that is hilarious. That's spot on though. I don't know why my camera does that. Yeah.
Fun fact, since we're having so many technical difficulties, ever since I moved in back to my mom's house, the technology, like I was gonna say equipment, TV, phone, speaker, remote, everything is messed up with me. Yeah.
What do you mean?
I think there's like, I straight up think that there's a ghost in there, and it's only me. That's how I like. The volume will go all the way up. The volume will go all the way up, or it'll go mute completely. It's not the remote. We've changed remotes. It's not the TV. We've reset the TV. Like it, and it doesn't do that to my mom and my brother. So,
do you know where the little brush that was next to this is?
Yeah. Okay, black water.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, so to the black water. So, with my experience personally, because I can't tell your story for you, but think of Stranger Things. That's the best way I can compare it. When she's in her little deprivation tank, and I say little deprivation tank like it's just some cute little thing, and she starts not waiting. She's like in this like water. She's like in this abyss of nothing, like blackness, but there's like a little bit of water. Well, mine was like that. It was like I was in a cave, but I wasn't. It was like, imagine if you're just in just black abyss of nothing. And then I was in water about up to my knees. And I had this dream multiple times, but I got stuff all over my hands. I was like wading through the water, and I was looking for Faith and Rico. And it was just really weird because I was like bent over, digging my arms through the water like they were going to be under the water. And then Rico, the next day told us that he had the same thing.
It was a
Except
little
he was-
different.
What, his?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't fully remember.
I don't fully remember either, but I don't necessarily like want to disclose his, and I don't want to go
Right,
into
it's hard
mine.
because it's like a huge, like, you don't understand.
It's a 3-part movie, babes. Okay,
Literally. But if anyone has had experience with this, where they're like wading through fucking water, tell me what you think it means. Tell me your experience, please, because I don't know. It felt really dark. It felt scary. It felt evil. And my opinion is, I think it had something to do with whatever was in that house.
I do as well because Rico, Kaylin, and I, we would always hang out together, and like,
and normally at our house,
Yes.
so that's a big part of it. Okay, I'm gonna do my lips and then I'll come back.
on camera, my face is looking good. In person, it's not looking so good.
That's how I feel.
I'm like, I'm just gonna draw. I'm just gonna draw on it and make it like doodly.
Girl, you're looking way better than me.
I'm quite a few steps ahead. So give yourself the benefit of the doubt.
Which is so funny because I pictured the opposite happening.
Yeah, me too.
How much should I overline?
I would say like a good little amount.
Okay. You don't gotta judge me.
I'm not judging you.
All is okay. For now.
I don't know if that made it better or not, but we're just gonna keep going, girls. We're just gonna keep going.
Let me see. Yeah, it did. It made it more subtle. Is that how you say that? Subtle.
I don't know if I'm the best person to ask for that, but I say subtle.
Yeah, me too. But it's spelled like S-U-B-T-L-E, right?
You know how to spell.
I'm asking.
Yes. Thought you were like, but it isn't.
Uh-uh.
Woo! You really arguing for that fucking spider. Oh.
I feel like I look like definitely a mime. Are mimes like considered in the clown like industry?
I think clowns would be insulted if they heard. Because they're not.
I should know because I work in the entertainment industry now. But I don't. I don't know.
I wonder what came first, the clown or a mime?
Yeah.
Let us know.
I wonder what came first, the chicken or the egg.
You know, I think about that. Y'all have seen when the girls ask, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? I think about what came first, the chicken or the egg, way too often. Way too often. Like,
we need answers. What do you think ghosts are?
What do I think ghosts are?
Yeah.
I believe energy can imitate what people perceive to be as a ghost. But I also believe that when people pass on, if they have unfinished business or they necessarily just don't want to pass on to whatever is next, they stay. So I think that's what a ghost is. When it comes to the energy imitating a ghost, I've watched so many things where, like, poltergeist energy, that's formed from negative energy from living people. And it can still imitate what a ghost would do, like moving stuff or hearing little knocks, just like that shit that would creep you out because it wants to taunt you, which is not fun. Like, come on.
Right, that's my thing. Like, I believe there's ghosts and demons, but I'm like, why would regular ghosts want to haunt people? Like, are they just literally stuck and they can't leave?
I don't know. That's a good question.
God, I look crazy. Trust the process. Trust the process. Okay, well, these are very different, but that's going to have to be okay. I look like angry and confused.
I can't disagree.
Okay. I would like to try to be a scare actor one day.
I don't think my voice could handle it. Like,
haunted houses aren't for me anymore, but I might want to work at one. That'd be fun. I know it's really late to give this disclaimer, but this is not a tutorial. Bitch, I don't even know what I'm doing. These are just face painting brushes.
Yeah, the eyeshadow brushes
Okay.
just popped in there.
Okay.
Oh, pussy. Not in love with this look, but you know, we're just gonna keep it going.
Same. I think yours looks really cute. I think I just look like I'm fucking insane, but that's okay.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. Definitely.
Tease me.
That was hot.
Thank you. Oh my god. Someone finally notices me.
It's the cracking under my eyes for me.
You know, just keep on, you know, going.
Keep on keeping on?
What?
Keep on keeping on?
Oh yeah. Definitely that.
I don't know why I have never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Why is that in my head? I'm very proud for you coming on the podcast because I know it's out of your comfort zone.
Oh yeah, very out of my comfort zone. Like,
You're like, no, I don't. We love you. We want to see more of you.
I mean, this is not the best makeup to represent it, but I do some.
No, just take my word, okay? Especially on this crusty ass face. Like y'all can't see, but my face crusty and crispy.
Crispy and crispy. Crispy and crispy, baby. Crispy and crispy.
Oh, I feel like you poor unfortunate soul. Poor unfortunate soul. I'm gonna fast forward to us being done. Okay, guys, we are back. Had to take a second to finish our makeup because I'm not a makeup artist and I'm not used to doing videos and talking at the same time of doing my makeup. So, yeah, that's that. Now we're going to get into some spooky clown stories. So the first one that I have is called Creepy Clown Encounter. I'm going to bring this closer to me. Okay. My story takes place on my college campus during fall of last year. I lived with my grandparents before leaving for school, and I'm extremely close to them. Also, I'm very shy and had zero friends or people I regularly hung out with at school. I wanted to reach out and meet new folks, so I signed up for a salsa dancing club that met on Friday nights. I told my grandma over the phone that she was happy I was putting myself out there. She asked if I was going with anybody. No, I told her. I'm just going to go by myself. Are you sure? She asked. Don't any of your roommates want to go? The idea of talking to my roommates terrified me. I could handle structured gatherings, but personal conversations left more room for awkwardness to creep in. No, they're not here. I don't want you walking around campus by yourself at night. I thought my grandma was just being overprotective. Grandma, it's fine. The streets are well lit and it's only a 10-minute walk. It's perfectly safe. Well, if you're not going to go with anyone, call me and let me talk to you on the phone as you walk back. I agreed. That evening was incredibly fun, learning the basic steps to dance to upbeat Latin tunes. At around 10:30, I felt ready to head back to my dorm, so I snuck out of the building and headed towards my dorm. Although the paved path I was walking on was lit by streetlights, it seemed darker than usual. In addition, the entire campus was deserted. Normally, there were quite a few kids my age wandering around, but that night there was not a soul to be seen. I dialed my grandma and made small talk with her as I walked. I took my heels off and carried them in my free hand. Now, the path I was walking on went past a stretch of sidewalk that was perpendicular to the one I was taking. Under one of the streetlights, about 10 meters away, I noticed a lone figure standing with its back towards me. The figure, hearing me chatting on the phone, slowly turned towards me. He was tall and heavy-set, with wild red hair and his appearance to be wearing light blue pajamas. His face was obscured by a killer clown mask. The mask was obscured. Oh, wait. The mask was stark white with dark black eye sockets and a twisted, malicious grin. Time seemed to suddenly slow way down. The clown did not move towards me. He simply stood there staring. I knew I had to think fast. I contemplated my options. I could A, scream like a little girl and run, B, approach him and confront him, or C, pretend he didn't scare me. The entire moment I just described couldn't have lasted more than a second, but in the moment it felt like an eternity. Are you there? I heard my grandma say. Remembering to breathe with the phone still at my ear, I decided to go with plan C. I broke eye contact with the clown. So anyway, I said loudly enough that the clown could hear me. Yeah, I'm on my way, I continued. What's going on? Is everything okay? I heard my grandma ask, her voice suddenly filled with anxiety. As confidently and nonchalantly as I could, I walked past the sidewalk where the clown was standing, continuing to chat. His head slowly turned as I walked past, watching me until I was out of sight. I ducked into the archway of the nearest building and tried the door, praying it was unlocked. It was. Once I was inside, I slumped against one of the concrete walls and broke down in tears. I explained to my grandma what had just happened. My grandma yelled for my grandpa to dial the campus police on his cell phone so that I could stay in line with her. I got up and started pacing and down the empty halls, checking every door and window to see if the psycho clown had followed me. Was he just a stupid kid doing this on a dare, or was he someone with more evil intentions? Some of the creepy clowns in the news had axes or baseball bats. I had no idea if mine was armed. When my grandpa tried to explain to the officer on the phone what happened and that I needed help, he told my grandpa, "Your granddaughter needs to make the call herself." Apparently, the reason I had to talk to them was so that they could be sure the call wasn't just a prank or some stupid reason like that. The point is that they wouldn't take my grandparents' word and I was in distress. I would have to hang up with my grandma and dial the campus police myself. Not knowing if I would survive the night, I told my grandma between sobs, "I love you. I love you too," my grandma told them. My grandma, wait, hold on. I dialed campus police and told them who I was and what had happened. The officer on the phone sent several other officers to find me while I stayed on the phone with him and gave him a description of the clown. As I was talking, I heard a door open. I froze. Was the clown here? Did he find a way in? A tidal wave of relief washed over me as several officers came striding down the corridor. They walked with me back to my dorm. As soon as I was inside, I locked the door and window and I shut the blinds. I called my grandma back to her. I called my grandma back to tell her I was safe. After talking a little while longer, we said goodnight. Since then, I've made a few friends at school. While I'm in a better place now, I don't go out alone after dark anymore. And for that creepy clown, let's not meet again. So that's from Let's Not Meet. And then, which I just want to point out, we all just kind of forgot about how there was killer clowns on the loose in 2020? 2019?
I didn't forget. No, my school went on lockdown.
When was that? 2019?
No, I would say it was 2016.
Really? That long ago?
Yep.
Wow.
2016, 2017. And I mean, I don't think it happened in Florida, but there were clown riots.
No, I think they were in Florida.
Really? What?
Pretty sure.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I just knew about clowns being assholes.
Killer clown. Clowns being assholes. No, they were literally killing people.
Wow.
Yeah. But this one is, hold on, wait, let me go to this one first. The clown. When I was about 16, I went to a party with some of my high school buddies. I got pretty drunk and spent the night on my friend's couch. Around 3 a.m., I woke up to go to the restroom. I went down the hallway and turned to enter the restroom when I almost tripped over something. I turned on the light and found a creepy-looking clown doll looking up at me from the floor. I didn't think much of it at the time, kicked it to the side, and did my business and went back to sleep. The next morning, I asked my friend about the doll, and he swore there was no such thing in his house, and it was not where I had left it.
Oh.
I chalked this up to being drunk or him playing a joke on me and left it at that. About 2 weeks later, my parents were out of town and I was staying by myself. I locked the doors and went to sleep. I awoke in the middle of the night and went to the restroom right outside of my room. I turned on the light, and that same damn doll was sitting on my bathroom counter staring at me with the creepiest smile I have ever seen. This crept me the fuck out, and I grabbed it and went to the front door, down the driveway, and threw it into the woods across the street. My friend, whose house I first encountered the doll at, had not been to my house since before the first encounter. This really bothered me for a few days because I had no idea how it would have traveled to my house. I even went to look for it the next day, and it was gone. Fast forward a year. I hadn't seen the doll since it was on my counter, and my family and I had moved about 10 miles away. On my first night in the new house, I go to sleep only to wake up about 2 hours later. I check my cell to see what time it was, and I see something next to me out of the corner of my eye. I turn towards it and shine the light from my phone towards the pillow next to me. There's the clown doll, just smiling its little creepy fucking smile at me. I run out of the room and wake up my parents. I tell the story of the doll rather quickly to my dad, and he goes and checks out my room. He returned around 30 seconds later and tells me there's nothing there and to go back to sleep. I have not seen the doll since, and I'm 28 now. I remain afraid of clowns to this day.
Haunted objects are real.
Yeah.
Period.
Fuck that. Creepy. Okay, when I was around 5 to 6 years old, my younger brother and I, who would have been about 4 at the time, were playing in our front yard as we often did. We lived in a very bad town in Southern California, a town that had a bad reputation and numerous tragedies, especially on the street we lived on. Suddenly, I heard laughter coming from across the street. I stopped what I was doing and looked across the street and saw a clown, full suit and makeup, standing on the upper balcony of our neighbor's house. The clown then took out an umbrella and floated down from the upper balcony and landed right in front of where my brother and I were playing. I remember the clown started talking to us, but I can't remember what he said. I just remember that he was very loud and would move his arms wildly when he talked. He then took out 2 large circus-style lollipops and handed one to each of us. The clown said something to us and then pulled the umbrella out and floated back up onto the neighbor's balcony and went inside. I always chalked this up to something I imagined, since I was so young when it happened. I never mentioned it to anyone until I was 19. My brother and I were hanging out with some friends and sharing stories about strange experiences. I decided to retell the clown story, and then all of a sudden, my brother's jaw dropped to the floor. His eyes were the size of dinner plates. He said that he remembered the clown and described details about the incident that I left out. I couldn't believe that he would even remember something like that. I was also in disbelief that it was something that I just imagined. Now, this particular street has its fair share of strange and tragic occurrences, from murders, house fires, and overdoses. It was always considered a cursed street. Could we have imagined this, or was it something that conjured from all of the negative energy of that town/street?
I don't think that it was conjured from the negative energy. I think it was some fucked up shit that perceived itself to just be a clown, like to target those kids.
Yeah, like a demon or something. Someone said that the lollipops were drugged.
What?
And I was like, I don't know. But they didn't say anything about eating them.
That would be messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, people have done it before.
I don't fuck with clowns. Funny enough. We're literally dressed like clowns.
Love clown makeup.
Yeah.
Don't like clowns.
It's fucking lagging. Okay. Yeah, love clown makeup. Don't love clowns. If I saw one in real life, I'd probably flip out. Like, even just circus clowns creep me out. But, like, a serial killer clown? Or, like, what would you do if you were just walking down the street and you saw a fucking clown standing there on the sidewalk?
I'd keep walking.
But, like, away from it?
I'm gonna go where I needed to go. I'm not gonna acknowledge the clown. John Wayne Gacy ruined clowns.
Yeah.
He really did. It's so sad because, like, it has so much history, especially in the circus, like, environment, but I literally, like, you just said serial killer clown. No.
Yeah. I'm good on that. That's why I don't like going to haunted houses, which Savannah went. She'll tell you about her experience, but literally anyone could be a murderer and just work in a haunted house.
What?
They could.
I mean, I didn't really think of it like that.
Like, what if, like, you
They could
know,
be getting their kicks in.
Exactly, and no one would fucking know.
Be careful, guys. Be careful.
Be careful. But with that being said, I know today was all over the place. So thank you for bearing with us. I love your eyebrows. Just make it look like you're so miserable. She's not forced to be here. She had a choice.
Yes, it was a choice.
But thank you so much for watching. As always, our Halloween episode, Savannah will be back. Thank God. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be playing some fun games, telling more scary stories, as always, for the month of October. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you so much. Bye.